Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're really getting into the source material you sent over about, a really exciting upcoming match.
That's right. Springboks versus the Barbarians. Always a special fixture.
Absolutely. And our mission today really is just to unpack that source material.
Yeah, pull out the key nuggets, the insights, so you understand exactly what this match is about, what's on the line, and, why it's got people talking.
And there is something tangible on the line, isn't there?
Well,
The source mentioned a trophy.
Correct. They're playing for the Qatar Airways Cup.
Okay, the Qatar Airways Cup.
And it's not just a one-off thing they've created. This is actually the third time they're contesting it.
A third edition already, so it's building some history.
It really is. Seems like it's fast becoming, a proper staple on the global rugby calendar, which is great to see.
And the Springboks, they've played for this cup before.
They have, and they've won it before. The source points out they won the last two.
Oh, really? Both of them?
Yep. Beat New Zealand back in 2023, and then Wales just last year, 2024.
Right. And where were those matches played? The source mentioned.
Both in London. Yeah, the previous two editions were hosted there.
Okay, so that's where this year gets really interesting then. Because your source highlights a significant change.
A very significant change.
The date is Saturday, June 28th, but the venue.
Is DHL Stadium in Cape Town. Big shift.
Huge, bringing it to South Africa.
Exactly. And the material you provided really emphasizes this. It's actually historic for this specific competition, the Qatar Airways Cup.
So, first time on SA soil for this particular trophy.
Precisely. For the South African fans, it's a chance to see this specific event played at home. A big deal.
Definitely adds another layer to it. Now, the source also mentions this isn't just SA Rugby putting it on alone. There's a collaboration involved.
That's right. It's being hosted in partnership with Pitch International.
Ah, okay. They're pretty well known in the sports event world.
They are indeed. Experts in sort of delivering and promoting these big international fixtures.
And the sponsor, Qatar Airways, their name is on the cup, obviously.
Yeah.
But the source suggests their involvement is part of a wider strategy in rugby.
It certainly seems that way. Your source material connects the dots quite clearly.
Oh, so?
Well, it mentions their other sponsorships, the United Rugby Championship, the URC.
Right, involving SA teams, Irish, Welsh, Scottish, Italian.
Exactly. Plus, European Professional Club Rugby, so that's the Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup.
Okay.
And looking ahead, they're also sponsoring the big British and Irish Lions tour to Australia next year, 2025.
Wow. Okay, so this cup fits right into a pretty substantial global rugby portfolio for them.
It really paints a picture of a serious long-term commitment to the sport across different major competitions and regions.
Makes sense. Did the source mention anything specific from SA Rugby's leadership about this Cape Town fixture?
It did. It quotes the CEO, Rian Oberholzer.
And what was the sentiment?
Very positive. Expressed real delight, apparently, about the collaboration with Pitch International, and also gave a big thank you to Qatar Airways for their support.
So, appreciating the partnership.
Yeah, and Oberholzer highlighted, according to the source, that Pitch International's expertise is key. Their ability to manage and promote these events globally.
Helps get more eyes on the teams, presumably.
Exactly. Showcasing the Springboks and the Barbarians to a massive worldwide audience. He called it an exciting new chapter for growing the game.
That's great context. It's about more than just the 80 minutes on the field. If you're enjoying this kind of breakdown, getting into the why behind the fixtures based on the sources,
then definitely make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession.
Yeah, you'll get these deep dives looking at the source material delivered straight to you. Don't miss out.
Okay, so shifting focus a bit, let's talk about the teams. And you really can't discuss this match without talking about the Baa-Baas.
Oh, absolutely not. The Barbarians are, they're unique in world rugby, aren't they?
Totally unique. And the source reminds us why. They're famous for that unbelievable flair, the creativity.
Good offloads, the kind of organized chaos sometimes.
Exactly. And the international mix is key, too, bringing players together from all over. It's part of their whole identity.
And who's calling the strings for them this time? The source mentioned the coach.
Robbie Deans, hugely experienced, highly respected coach. He'll be in charge.
That's a top appointment. And the players. The source hinted at the usual wide net.
Absolutely. It confirms they'll have stars drawn from, pretty much all the big leagues. You've got players from the Vodacom URC,
Okay.
the French Top 14, the English Premiership, Super Rugby down south, and even the Japanese League One.
So a proper globetrotting selection of talent, as always.
It really is an elite gathering. It sets up such a fascinating clash, doesn't it?
It really does. You have the Springboks World Champions, known for their structure, their power game, that strategic, often suffocating pressure.
Honed through campaigns, playing together consistently.
Exactly. And then on the other side, you have this Barbarians team assembled for the occasion, full of individual brilliance,
Right.
maybe less structured, but with that license to, try things, to
Exactly.
express themselves.
The ultimate contrast in styles, perhaps.
Could be. And this meeting in Cape Town, it's not the first time these two sides have locked horns, is it?
Oh no, far from it. Your source confirms this will actually be the ninth time the Springboks have played the Barbarians in their famous black and white hoops.
Ninth meeting.
Wow.
Any memorable ones mentioned in the source? Specifically the last one.
Yes, the last encounter gets a specific mention. It was back in November 2016 at Wembley Stadium in London.
Yeah, the results.
A draw. A pretty spectacular one, actually. 31-31.
31 all. Okay, that tells you everything you need to know about the potential for entertainment when these two meet. Points usually flow.
Definitely suggests we could be in for a high-scoring, really open game. That history, that potential for tries, it explains why fans get so excited.
And based on the source material, it sounds like the excitement levels in South Africa for this one are pretty high.
Through the roof, it seems. Your source specifically notes that tickets are selling really, really fast.
For DHL Stadium, not surprised, world champs versus the Baa-Baas in Cape Town.
Exactly. They're expecting a capacity crowd. It just shows how much buzz there is around bringing this specific cup game, the Qatar Airways Cup, to South Africa for the first time.
Yeah, it's clearly resonated. And if you are hoping to get tickets, the source does say where to look.
It does. Mentions they can be bought online via ticketmaster.co.za. Worth checking soon, if you're keen, by the sounds of it.
Good tip. So we've covered quite a bit from your source material, the cup, the history, the location change, the sponsors, the teams, the style clash.
Now it's over to you, listening.
Yeah, we genuinely want to hear your take. Looking at all this, what really stands out to you about this particular fixture? What makes this Boks versus Baa-Baas game feel significant?
And, the big question, what's your prediction? Who's lifting that Qatar Airways Cup in Cape Town on June 28th?
Let us know. The source says you can join the Rugby Obsession community conversation. Leave a comment right below this deep dive.
Or you can send a WhatsApp message. The number, according to the source, is 060-011-0211.
We'd love to hear your thoughts and predictions. And hey, if you found this breakdown useful, if you like getting these key insights pulled straight from the source material,
Please do subscribe to Rugby Obsession if you haven't already. That way you won't miss any future deep dives like this one.
definitely. Okay, so as we wrap up, here's maybe a final thought to chew on, building on that contrast we talked about.
The styles clash.
Exactly. How does that unpredictable, almost individualistic brilliance, that star power dotted throughout the Barbarians lineup, how does that really challenge the Springbok system? Their highly disciplined, structured, often quite clinical approach.
It's a fundamental question, isn't it?
It is. And what does that clash of rugby philosophies ultimately mean for the spectacle, for the sheer entertainment value of this really unique fixture?
It's why we watch, I suppose. That tension between structure and freedom.
It is indeed something to think about ahead of June 28th. Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
We will look forward to you listening to our next episode.